Welcome back, ladies and gents. It is a glorious evening here. First of all, we did mention we were going to do a little bit of faction warfare in this. I have read from other claims that trial accounts cannot get into faction warfare. I am waiting on accounts to confirm this or deny this. Technically, this account is not an actual trial account. We were simulating it using 21 days to see if we can make up the money. And I was going to use any of the skills or train any ships or run any missions that we couldn't run on a trial account to my knowledge. If we make a second attempt on this, it will be on an actual trial account. But, for the most part, we're really close. So I did manage to get into the faction warfare. I would like to say this for the people who are interested. Really, it's probably the idea. Someone did point this out, that the amount of time you would spend trying to get enough ISK for a Plex, you could probably work a couple hours at a regular job at minimum wage, like 2 hours, 3 hours, and make enough money to pay for the month of Eve. Or you could shovel someone's driveway if you're not old enough to have an actual job yet. Or if you just feel lazy, you might be able to bug someone you know for money and let them borrow you money. Or they might loan you money. Or you could dress up real scruffy looking, sit on the side of the street and have a little cup and beg for money. You never know what happens. Now, first of all, we're going to do our 2-week recap, which I did not have enough time to do yesterday. So, thus far, we have gone from a frigate class ship, which we can pull up our lovely little magnet here. Where is our inventory? Show info. Our little magnet. Little salvaging ship. Little tiny thing. It's 64 meters long. Yeah. Alright, so we got that one. Recently, we made the change into a planetary interaction ship, which we have yet to sell. Which is significantly longer. I think it was 187 meters or something like that. Much bigger. Actually, I think it was way bigger than that. Then we have our destroyer, which we were using for level 2 missions. It's nearly 300 meters long. Almost 1,000 feet long. Which you could almost say is almost a fifth of a mile long for those of us who use miles. Kilometers, well, that's exactly 888 meters. So 0.888 kilometers. Haha. Alright, so, but now we have set this ship. I've changed the fitting on it slightly to what I would believe to be a better fit for faction warfare. Our warp core stabilizer has saved us a lot in our little magnate. Between the armor repper and some nanoplating, it should give us a little bit better tank. The nanotank will decrease the amount of damage coming in. The armor repair will allow us to repair it, though we can only run the armor repair for a couple cycles before running out of capacitor. To help that, we put some capper charges up in the mid slots, and we do have our 8 guns, which help us shred other ships. Now these guns, I can pull this info back up. No fitting. So I'll hold my mouse over these. Their optimal range is within 15 kilometers or fall within 18 kilometers. If we sit someone about 14, 15 kilometers, they will not have fun. And we will have tons of fun, giggling and all kinds of fun things to do while they are dying at our very whim. Now, we are going to go ahead and we'll go pull up. This is the militia office button. And if we click it now that we are in a militia, we are part of the Caldari militia. I just happen to be in Jita, which is a Caldari station. And we can see here the Caldari is at war with the Galante Federation and their allies, the Minmatar. We can go down to civil systems on this side. Blue is Caldari, which is our side. And red would be the hostiles, the Galante and Minmatar. Although it appears to pulse up as Galante. We can see which systems. Vulnerable system means that the infrastructure hub itself, which is a building actually flying in space, can be attacked, and if it is fully attacked, destroyed, those along those lines, the control of the system can switch sides. That's the only way. Now, when a system is stable, you see this is a stable Galante system, we would have to attack a bunch of like the places we were looking for, like the acceleration gates, and we would be looking for loot a lot of times in previous episodes when searching in low-sec, especially for faction warfare, salvage, people blowing each other up. We would see a lot of military outposts from novice, small, medium, and large, which have to do ship restrictions and how big the newts, not the newts, but how big of a ship you can fly into it, how big, how bad would the rats will be inside. Now, we can see this filters by jumps, by what level it is, which is convenient. when a system is stable, we have not contested the system at all. We have not done any fighting to hurt any of their stations or not. We'd have to fight a significant amount. At a 3,000 roughly points, Dust 514 does take an account into this. We can move by 20 points at a time, so my source says. Out of that 3,000 point barrier, we can move up to 20 points at a time for taking over each one of these little outposts. It takes a while. Now you can see here, a stable one, we have like a hostile enemy stable one. We have not done any damage to this at all. Now if we go to Nusuna is also stable. Would you say what, 2, 3? Okay. So 7.5% contested. We've destroyed a couple of their systems. I can do the math and figure it out, but it turns out it's 7.5% of those 3,000 points, which is probably about 22.5, something like that. Now, when it gets high enough to get contested, once it gets to 100% contested, the system becomes vulnerable and you can attack the infrastructure hub, causing it to change sides. Until then, you cannot harm the infrastructure hub. It is invulnerable. And it will say it next to it. You will know. So we're going to go out and we're going to fly out to right next to one of our favorite salvaging places where we dealt with stuff all the time. Actually, we might just go to our favorite place. Where is it? Tama. Kadema is fully vulnerable, and so I figured we might just go there, but I liked Tama better, because Tama is closer. It's only one jump into low sec, so we could jump back to the gate and get back into high sec. I really don't fancy losing this destroyer, as it is a little bit of money. We have someone, we have someone here. We have just joined a fleet. I have no idea where the fleet is going. We will see what happens. This is the militia talk channel. Let's see. Probably make a move shortly before reinforce goes off. Apparently the infrastructure hubs will go into reinforcement, which means there'll be a certain period of time. Red MOTD, please. Let's see. Armored battleships and battle cruisers, as well as T1 logistics. Do you want to see them? Yeah, no, we are not flying. Yeah, we're not flying that. I'm leaving fleet. Right click. This way they don't have me in here and think that I'm going to help, and I'm not. So, we're going to go off and do this solo. Maybe that's not the best idea. If we lose a destroyer, that's sad. Alright, we're going to undock and we're going to fly to Tama. So, one of the things for the recap that we've been doing is our planetary interaction. We've been keeping up with that. It's going so-so. Really that small of an installation. You really can't make that much money. But we can try anyway. So, it will make its own money back. If we have it for the full 3 weeks, it will make its own money back. So I really don't know if it's going to be worth anyone's time to go into planetary interaction. If, as I was saying earlier, if you get the 21-day free trial, if you get a 14-day free trial, we'll say, and then you buy game time at like the first day, you get 14 days plus the game time. If you get a 21-day free trial and you pay for the month after that, you get the 51 days instead of just the 44 days. So it'll tack that 30 days game time on the end of your free trial, and you'll be able to use anything you wouldn't be able to use in a trial account during your free trial. I've been informed by my, well, brother, who also plays Eve, that I'm going to die in low sec solo. This is probably going to happen. So if you guys want to see fireworks, stick around. This destroyer is probably going to go turn into fireworks. Hopefully not. I did put a warp core stabilizer on it. Maybe it'll align in an amount of time that we won't die instantaneously. Though destroyers are meant as glass cannons, so it'd be really hard and be really bad for it to do something like that. Alright, so I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna take a sweet little break here, and I'll let you guys know when we're about to jump into Tama. Alright, so we are in Tama. We are jumping, well, not in Tama. We're jumping to the Tama gate. I've gone through and checked the map quickly while we were warping through our various states. See, Tama is right over here, and we have 9 ships destroyed in the last hour. It's a little bit of ships. It's not too bad. It's something like it has been, but it isn't silent either. It'd be nice if it was silent. But this system needs our help a little bit. It shouldn't be too bad. So we're going to go, and I leave that message coming up in case I autopilot, and it'll stop my ship from jumping if I'm going to a low security system. I usually don't autopilot, but I like to keep my options open. Please don't tell me there's a gate camp right on this side of the camp. That'd be really bad. Ooh. Caldari Advanced Cruiser Wreck. And I didn't put a salvager on here. And a frozen corpse. Let's not hang around. Hey, there's buddies of mine in this system. Let's see. A medium. Let's not start with a medium. Let's start with like a... I can't fly into novice. I have a destroyer. I can't fly. Here we go. I'm going to warp at 100. And we'll see what this looks like. I don't see any ships here. Our locals reporting 21 people in the system, which isn't bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are allies of ours. I kind of wish I could be in their fleet. If only I could like cross over those channels. Like only talk to people who are in my militia in local. It was a Crow and a Federation Navy Comet. Frigate wreck, acceleration gate. I'm gonna fly to the customs office. I'm gonna warp at 50. Are they chasing me at all? No, they don't seem to be moving. Gives them a destroyer. They are using, one is using, I believe a Crow is a T2 frig. It's an interceptor. So the voices tell me. So it's very quick at being places. The other one is a Federation Navy Comet, which is a very quick ship. Oh, hi. Oh, look, the Crow's here. Let's lock him up. That sounds funny. He's gonna eat me. I don't care. Nope. Nope, you're not allowed to do that. He is halfway through my shields, and he target scrammed me, so I can't. But I'm warped up anyway. This is why we put a warp core stabilizer on our ship. Hey, look! The ship can survive for a couple seconds while I warp out. And I'm free. They're mad and local. And it's really funny. Oh, it's so funny that they're mad and local. We're just like, why? Why? Yes. Oh, it's funny. I do now have a 15-minute timer until I can log off. So I'll have to run and hide into HiSec at some point in time. Or keep running these beacons. Alright, so we're going to take a peek at the novice beacon. Even though I can't enter it, we'll see if there's anyone hanging out on the gate. And the point of faction warfare is to take these outposts and fight them back so we can get our points. Let's see, bring this down. Alright. So, that is why we are down to 2,625. Dust 514 can move up to 12.5% of the points per temperate planet that they're fighting on. That's how far they can move the points in our favor, and that's where Dust 514 comes into play. Some of it, not all of it. Like I said, in Destroyer, we cannot go into the novice. It is for frigates, tier 1 frigates, and faction frigates only. Starting at small, we can go in. Mediums can take all frigates, destroyers, and cruisers, and larges are unrestricted, which just means subcaps, which means you can't take a carrier or a dreadnought because it is still an acceleration gate, to my knowledge. We'll check. Was there a large in the system? No. Oh, there's a capsule. Why is there a capsule? Yeah, we're not popping the capsule. That's a silly idea. We're in low sec. We'll get a horrible thing to this. And we gotta warp somewhere else because someone warped on top of us. I wish I could. He warped screen target messed me up again. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave again. Yes, that was really... Warp core stabilizer can be so worth it on here just to mess with people. And it looks like this, our first attempt here, is rather a hot system, so I don't know how often we will keep warping around to such things as they are chasing me around this system. So we will see. I have a feeling he... No, I guess he can't have a covert op cloak on there. So he can't be cloaked and follow me at the same time. So he landed at 100 just as I landed at 100. That could be coincidence. It didn't seem like a coincidence. Alright, so we're probably going to go back into high sec as I keep warping from one piece to the next. What's in here? Alright, we're going to go back to our assets, and we will try this again tomorrow. Warp over here. Is he scanning me out? That's entirely possible. I'm not seeing anything else. Ooh, there's stuff here. Ooh, there's cruisers. What are the cruisers with? 50k, 57k, and 72. Alright, we're just going to go jump through the gate and get on out of here. Because there's people chasing us around and I don't feel like getting chased around currently. Well, this has been our first incursion into faction warfare. We'll keep looking at it again, and I will look further into it to see if you can or cannot get faction warfare on a trial account. If not, we might only spend one more day on this, and we'll call it out and look at some other ways to acquire ISK to achieve our goal. Until then, I wish you all a very great day, and I will see you all later.